I'm the man? Am I losing my mind? Am I wasting my time? Do I know who I am? I don't know who I am. Can I say I'm the man? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know who I am.
So confused in this life full of mystery. Guess I'm glad it ain't a life full of misery. I wanna dance, I wanna fly, I wanna let it free. But that's a different side of people they don't wanna see. I've been caught up in my mind sometimes, so I rhyme just to feel alright. And when the rhyming did good, that's when I just understood it was by design. And when I feel this way, I just walk and talk to appear this way, baby. I don't know what to say, baby. I don't know what I am, baby. That's just how I play, baby. Yeah.
I don't know who I am. Can I say I'm the man? Am I losing my mind? Am I wasting my time? Do I know who I am?
Powered by Riverside FM.
What up, UP Nation? This is another episode of Unconventional Playbook. Rumors are abound. Russell Wilson has been rumored, or at least thrown about by the national media. ESPN is talking about, they had one of their analysts on talking about the Minnesota Vikings should trade for Russell Wilson. And what is up with all of these old quarterbacks when they're out of their prime? Everybody's trying to ship them to the Vikings. Like, what is that about? First Tom Brady, now Russell Wilson. Who in the heck in their right mind would want Russell Wilson on this football team? The Minnesota Vikings need to stay away from Russell Wilson. Why would you want that? I would love to hear a great argument. Somebody put it in the comments that watches this. Why would the Minnesota Vikings pursue Russell Wilson? Number one, he's looking terrible. He didn't look great with the Denver Broncos, and so far in the preseason, he's been lackluster with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if you are the Minnesota Vikings brass, why would you want that on your squad? I mean, are you that desperate? Are you still emotional and in the moment of J.J. McCarthy getting hurt? Like, what would be the reason to roll with Russell Wilson after the body of work that he's put together the last couple of years? And then the key word in this is trade. Like, what sort of asset would you want to give up for a one-year situation? Because that's what it would be. You've got J.J. McCarthy coming back next year. J.J. McCarthy will be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings next year. So you're going to give up an asset for an older quarterback that's not playing well just to bring him in so you can be mediocre or worse, when you got a young quarterback with a high ceiling type potential in Sam Darnold. Like, I don't understand why ESPN pays these guys to make assessments and analysis on things, because it's the most ridiculous thing that I have ever heard. Russell Wilson to the Minnesota Vikings? Come on, man. Remember the little segment that used to run on ESPN, the NFL highlights when Chris Carter was on there? Come on, man. Remember that? I used to love that. Come on, man. Like, this is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Minnesota Vikings fans, national media, get it through your heads. We are rolling with Sam Darnold until the wheels fall off. We're going to roll. There is no knight in shining armor, no reinforcements. Nobody's coming in to save the Minnesota Vikings this year. We are rolling with Sam Darnold. It was the plan when they signed him on the first day of free agency, by the way. And J.J. McCarthy was either going to redshirt, but they were going to give him the opportunity to earn the 2 spot. I think it was safe to say that, judging by J.J. McCarthy's first game, that's all he's got. that J.J. McCarthy was at least going to be quarterback number 2. But J.J. is hurt. That doesn't change anything with the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold. Full speed ahead with the plan. Now Nick Mullins is the number 2, unless they trade him. And if they trade him, then it's the Jaren Hall show for number 2. It won't be Corral. Like, I'm not quite sure why the Minnesota Vikings brought him in, but it won't be him. He won't be in the running. More than likely, it's going to be Nick Mullins, unless the Vikings do something with that. But Russell Wilson? Man, who wants that? Tell me. Now, I'm going to say this, and I've been in the minority on this, but I need to preach on it. I need to talk about it. I need to get it off my chest. These coaches are outthinking themselves. Man, Sam Darnold needs to play. And there's a lot of you peers out there. You know, you guys have been making comments and emailing me and writing things in the comments on the videos. So I know there's a lot of smart football aficionados out there. Man, how many quarterbacks over the history of the league has gotten hurt in the preseason? Now, before you come at me, people are going to throw up, well, didn't J.J. McCarthy get hurt, man? It has been speculated that J.J. McCarthy had a problem before he even took the field, possibly with a knee injury that he suffered his senior year at Michigan. Oh, I said a bad word. That team up north. He had some issues last year before he came in. So there's speculation that there was a holdover from when he played for the team up north, now to the Minnesota Vikings. And he had to get his meniscus repaired. Depending on what you believe, I don't know. But here's what I know. I challenge you to find a play where he got hurt against the Raiders. Notice the Minnesota Vikings, no one can find the film. No one's talking about what play, when it was, when J.J. McCarthy got hurt. So there's speculation that he had a possible problem before he took the field for the Minnesota Vikings. Give me the name. Give me some quarterbacks where there's been an abundant amount of injuries from quarterbacks playing in the preseason. And I'm not saying every quarterback has to play, and I'm not saying you have to play him the whole game or even a quarter. But, man, it's when I look at the quarterback situation across the NFL, guys that need reps aren't getting reps. And it almost seems like if they're kind of a fan favorite or if there's some interest in these guys, these coaches won't put them out on the field. Man, Patrick Mahomes plays almost every preseason game. 1 or 2 series a game. If Pat Mahomes can play, the most valuable commodity to any team in the NFL, anybody can get out there and play. Even if it's 1 series, 2 series. Come on, coaches. You mean to tell me Sam Darnold, who's learning a new system with the Minnesota Vikings, didn't play that much last year? He's got 1 series this year. That's going to be enough? That's going to be enough for Sam Darnold to be ready to play the New York Giants first week? Odds are he's not going to play in the last preseason game. So 1 series is enough for a new quarterback who didn't play last year, who's learning a new system. And what's going to happen is Minnesota Viking fans are going to want him to play well. And I'm just telling you, joint practices are great. Padded practices are great. Scrimmaging is great. Not the same as game reps. You can pretend and try to be the smartest person in the room if you want to, but it's not the same as game reps. And I get it. J.J. McCarthy went down. If Sam Darnold goes down, we're in a bit of trouble. But like I said, there are people going down in practice. Sam Darnold could have very well went down in the joint practice with the Browns. And we're talking about exhibition games. You can play him a series or two a game, but you got to give him some reps. I don't want him to play, but that first game is a game that we need to win, because after that, it's a gauntlet if you're a Minnesota Viking fan. Quarterback's got to play, man. Michael Penix Jr., the Atlanta Falcons have said, well, we've seen enough of him. We know what we got. A kid out of college that needs to get acclimated to the league. I mean, he doesn't play in preseason. There's a good chance he may not play at all for the rest of the season, because Kirk Cousins is there and he's the $1 million man. He got the bag there. Come on, coaches. The Minnesota Vikings need to embrace and get Sam Darnold ready to play. He should play in this last preseason game. And I don't want to hear anything about any more old veteran quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady. I mean, I even saw someone post something about give a call to Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck. How long has Andrew Luck been out of the game? We're rolling with Sam Darnold, man. I'm rolling with Sam Darnold. We'll see JJ next year. I'm not entertaining any more talk or thoughts about an old, washed-up quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. We're better than that. Let's roll with Sam. Let's get if KOC is the quarterback whisperer, let's get him ready to play. Let's go. In Sam, we trust. No more old quarterbacks, man. No more old quarterbacks. This has been Unconventional Playbook. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to keep doing our thing, bringing you really, really good content. Got Patrick Buchanan coming back on later on this week to talk Minnesota Vikings football and to preview the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings preseason game. Tell me this, too. How many times do we have to go to Philadelphia? When's the last time Philadelphia came to Minnesota? Whether it's preseason or regular season game, doesn't it seem like we always are going to Philadelphia? Man, how does that work, NFL? How does that work? It's Unconventional Playbook. We'll make sure to see ya when we see ya. Latre, take us home.
I don't know who I am. Can I say I'm a man? Am I losing my mind? Am I wasting my time? Do I know who I am? I don't know who